All right, we are live. It's Monday. Hello, everyone. My YouTube cubes, I guess. Let's hit the button. We're here. Hello. First off, I just want to let you know that we're doing a little bit of different lighting. I know the green screen's been acting up here. We're going to do a little bit of different lighting. We're going to figure that out. The chroma key and stuff is acting up. I'm going to see if I can get this to work. Give me a second. Got one more thing. We're still testing things. This is our first live show in February. We're on February 1st. So, want to make sure that still works. I see we already having some difficulties underneath me every once in a while. And it's mostly probably going to be over here, but we'll figure that out. I don't know. Green screen really has a problem sometimes. And just depending on the background, we probably won't even notice once I get into Guild Wars 2 today. But trying to figure it out for you guys. So please, the like button, subscribe. I appreciate it. Other than that, we've been talking about black light keys, legendaries, stuff like that. And today I wanted to take a moment to go through something that's been around for a very long time. Okay. It's a rich iron and rich platinum node run. If you need iron or platinum, this is the way to get it. Or if you just need some quick gold, you're talking 15 minutes max. I'm gonna say max. Yeah. 15 minutes? That sounds about right. But we're gonna do it a few times a day because I need 250 platinum ingots and I need 250 dark steel, and so you would technically need 1,000, but we already have enough. I need something like 380, so it's going to take a couple characters running through it to get everything I need, but I've never actually had a recording anywhere, especially here on YouTube, where I explain the entire run and how you can improve it and stuff. What I'm doing today is not optimized. I rarely run the optimized stuff, and rarely do I go back and optimize anything. I just run it once it feels good enough. You know, it accidentally gets more optimized as things go on, like the mounts got involved and stuff, so it makes it even faster to get to places. Some other times, there's just no change. You have to do it, so you just do it. So the big thing to get out of this is that this is the idea, and it's been refined a little bit. It's like when we got color television with remotes. It still wasn't done. You know, there wasn't a DVR. There wasn't there wasn't the HD sound, 4K. None of that existed. We keep improving on the television. The same thing with any farm route. You guys, it's up to you, all of you cubes, to make it better. Because if you make it better, it's better for you. Now, I will go through what I'm doing specifically to make money, and this is the first time I'll probably talk about it in a little more depth than how I profit versus how I just go after resources. So this isn't just a resource run. It is me trying to make a little bit of coin, and then from there, I'll explain how you can use different tactics to get it further along, maybe. I don't know how to say. I want to say improve it, but it isn't exactly always an improvement. It's just a different way to go about it, or it's just the flavor of how you want to do it. If there's like, you can fly into a city, you can drive into a city, or you can even boat into some cities, right? So they all get you to the city. The question is, do you want to save a little time, even though it'll cost a little bit more, or do you want to take that medium route, or do you want to take the slow, profitable route type of thing, save you the most money? And so we'll talk about those things. So to talk about those things, of course, we're gonna have to be in the game. So let's go ahead and bring that up. I always forget here on YouTube, it's a little bit faster. I have no idea why it's faster here, but I'm still improving things. Don't worry. The look of everything, hopefully by the end of this month, will be improved just a bit, if not more. The idea here is to get us into a good production so I can start making videos as well. When we start breaking into other games, you know, it is what it is. So I want to be prepared for that. Over on Twitch, there's still issues and stuff. Even yesterday when I did Stardew Valley on Twitch yesterday, it just Twitch gave up on me at some point. Haven't had those issues here on YouTube. So that's a really good thing. Enough talk. Let's get into the game. My character is parked in LA, which is not where we're going to start. If you've seen me do mapping, you know I go from west to east, so left to right, just a natural flow of things. We're doing the same thing today. And to start things off, I just want to explain what my character has and what you would need if you're going to do this run. What you're going to need is at least a gold in your pocket. So make sure you always have a gold in your pocket. And it's not just because of waypointing. Yes, waypointing costs money. 100%. But it's also, you want to sell the stuff afterwards. So you're going to want at least a gold in your pocket to sell the stuff on the trading post. Off the trading post? But what we're going after today is iron. I don't know how much iron I have, but iron ore right here, I have 49 in the bank, so I did sell it. It sells for a silver 46. Now, you don't think that's a lot, but when you go and grab about, I'm going to guess about 140 iron, and you can sell that at maybe 135. I don't know why it's going up right now, but that's still a gold 89. All right, so this isn't going to be the best farm for iron. Although if you just did the rich iron run and then minus the waypoint cost, the iron really isn't the most profitable part. When you tack on platinum, however, which we're gonna get about 160, I think. Who knows? Sometimes these runs do better. I know how to spell platinum, come on. So platinum is only at a silver 28. It doesn't drop too far. You can definitely sell this at about a silver 25. And if we get about 170 platinum, you're talking another 2 gold. So, and if you're fast enough, it should be less than 15 minutes. You'll make about 3 golds. You times that by 4, it's a 12 gold per hour farm. Not horrible. Now, I don't think that's enough. So therefore, let's go to my character and take a long look at what's going on here. So level 80 character, level 80 stuff, blah, 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 blah. But we're talking your harvesting tools down in the bottom right here. So how did I grab the trading post? So down here in the bottom right, I have my harvesting tools. If there's any gathering to be done, don't be afraid to do that too. If you see a herb node, anything out there that can make you more money, even killing enemies really quickly and just getting it done that way is the way you should do it, because those extra drops just supplement what's going on, and it doesn't take as much time away from the overall hourly gold per hour type of thing. It just adds to it. You know, if it takes 3 seconds to kill 5 creatures and you get, 7-8 silver drop total, that's more than you would have just running to the node. So it's little things like that that seem to hinder people time-wise, but it's actually improving their gold per hour. So don't be afraid of things like that. So we're still going to be logging things if the chance comes by, but what I have as glyphs on my logging and mining is the Watchwork Sprocket. Now with mining and hitting a node 10 times at least, I should get about 3 sprockets. Sprockets are about 2 silver, and I'm going to show that here. So if I go and type in sprocket, Watchwork Sprockets right here, 2 silver. Their price is not falling. Again, we talked about economy a little bit last week. ArenaNet did a good job making sure this stuff doesn't get away from us. Will the price of Watchwork Sprockets eventually drop? I think so. I think they will. If not, it will go quite the opposite way, and we'll see a rise all the way up to 3.5 silver, something like that. I can't see them getting further than that unless they add in a recipe that specifically takes more Watchwork Sprockets out of the economy, but by mass. So, anyhow, Watchwork Sprockets. My guess on Watchwork Sprockets. So we're gonna do a bit of nodes here. I'm gonna say we're gonna get about 70. So that's gonna bring us another gold something, and that's how I'm gonna supplement my income with this, is by making a little bit more by doing that. Now that's the trick to farming and farming routes, and why I get so defensive about ArenaNet taking away our ability to farm those routes as players, is because they are simple, casual things we can do to make a good handful of gold, if not a couple handfuls of gold, in a very short amount of time. Now, the other thing we're going to need isn't so much just the glyphs and the harvesting tools. We're going to need other characters. So get other characters set up for this, and we'll be able to... You'll be able to get enough gold, and I'll be able to get enough resources for what I need. But mostly, this route is dependent on the characters. This is not what I call a gamble route. If you've never heard what a gamble route is, a gamble route is running a route in the chance of getting something and not expecting anything in return. So you can go and do like the mussel farm route that I've done before in the past, but the thing is, with that route, freshwater pearls just aren't expensive as they used to be, and so therefore finding a freshwater pearl, yes, it's worth a gold, if not less. But the thing is, the chance of getting them was so low, it was a gamble to run the route, because you could run the entire thing and then some and not get anything except mussels, which were worthless. They're not worth your time. So as we go through this, it's not going to be the same. It's no longer a gamble. We are going to get a certain amount of resources back. The thing is, iron nodes can give you 1 or 2 iron per strike. There is a chance to get anywhere from 10 to 20 iron, and the average there is about 14 to 16. It's just the way it plays out. Plus, there's other things that come from mining those nodes, and those are like the pieces of pearl you get from the mussel nodes, but in this case it's going to be nuggets and platinum nodes. What do those have? Shards? So there is more supplemental income coming in. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is the best thing to do in the game. It's definitely not, but it is a way to save yourself some money and time if you don't want to mess with the trading post, or you just, again, you don't understand how to use the trading post or what to do with the materials and things like that. This is very simple. Anybody can go do this route. I have done this route for years, and I just want to give a shout out to an old player of mine. I don't think he plays the game anymore, Mojo. He really got me into doing this back in the day. Now, when the Watchwork Sprocket pickaxe came out, it was one of the few ways to get sprockets, and they were about the same price as they are now. Although it's easier to earn gold and the inflation of prices and things like that, sprockets aren't worth as much as they were back in the day. Back in the day, I got my sprocket pickaxe by doing this route, selling, getting the gold, converting it to gems, buying the sprocket pickaxe, and then made all my money back, then some. I was able to get stuff off the gem store by doing this. Now, you can do the same thing. The thing was, I wasn't doing it on multiple characters either. I was doing it just on one. So the efficiency came when I realized, well, I'll get another character, run it again. Get another character, run it again, right? And thanks to, people like Mojo and stuff, this route has stuck in my head and things like that. And do this with friends. Just do this with friends and things like that. It's a really easy route. Now, what is the route? So, world map, we're going to zoom out here. Now, this route only pertains to Central Tyria. Is there rich nodes elsewhere and things like that? Yes, but we're not going to rely on those. What we're going to rely on, which is called a permanent rich node. A permanent rich node is a node that is always there unless you do it too close to reset like I'm doing right now. It may not be there, but nodes share a spawn location with other nodes. And so the rich node spots are always the same for certain nodes because it's just shared congruently, and so it has to be there. And so, therefore, I can reliably go to a waypoint, run to a place, and there will be a rich node there. There is no rich tree nodes, there are no rich harvesting nodes. There's farms, right? You got those gathering nodes like the strawberries and stuff. You got those patches and farms like that, but there are no like big logging areas. Yes, the elderwood farms and stuff like that because there's a bunch of nodes, but there's nothing like that. So rich mining is just a very easy way to get a lot of stuff for not doing much. Unlike other places, you have to strike node after node after node and enemy spawn and things like that. You don't have to do this here. Sometimes it's just killing 1 to 5 creatures and then you're done. You get 10 strikes on that node, you get all your stuff, and you're off to the next thing. So, unlike lumber and stuff where you have to go run and find it, or just the easy farms that aren't that profitable anyways, this will maintain its price. People need iron, people need platinum. Same thing with mithril nodes. But with mithril nodes, there isn't a very scientific way to go about mithril. You just go and do mithril. But if you're not swimming in mithril, that means you're not playing much of the game anyways. So when we go into the other materials like copper, is there permanent rich copper nodes? Ish, in a way. But there's a lot of them in the starter zones. In fact, I think over in Queensdale, just running through this area right here, this Finney Ridge and the God's Lost Swamp, there can be one or two here, one here, and then like 3 over here. And then if you go down in here, this one's permanent, I believe, into Bone Grinder's Gully, there's a door here. If you do slash threaten at that door, you can get rich copper there. Copper's not profitable though. It's just not. There's not enough copper to get, and it's not a reliable source in starter zones. Down in Caledon in the Scrit area, I forget where it is. So just bear with me here. I think it's in here somewhere or something like that. Wherever that is, where you go touch the shiny, there is a rich copper node in there, but there can be one somewhere close to here as well. Things like that. You pick it up as you play, but rarely do you need copper as much as you're going to need iron or platinum. So that is the important thing. Yes, and we're going to touch on that before we just go take off too. So when we're talking world map, there are these permanent nodes that you can rely on. There is rich orichalcum nodes out there, but mithril and orichalcum get limited by the map. Once you hit one of those nodes, the other one only has a couple strikes to it. Is it a bug? I don't know. Or it's just ArenaNet making sure people aren't taking advantage of the multiple map IPs. It makes sense. Some maps do not reset Ancient Wood and Orichalcum and Rich Mithril, but a lot of them do. So you just have to suffer. One of my favorite maps back in the day, just touching upon this, and if you're wondering what the IP trick is, by being able to get into an overflow or just being able to get into another squad and changing maps or party or whatever it is, you're able to farm multiple rich nodes on those maps because every map has more than one rich node. Sparkfly Fen is one of my favorite maps, and we'll probably slow down there just so I can talk about it, because there could just be 9 good places to check for a rich platinum node. Now, is it convenient for time? No. But the thing is, it's just fun. It's just fun because Hardwood and Platinum used to be really good. Sparkfly Fen and Timberland Falls used to be my most profitable maps. They just, Timberland Falls in general with the season, the Hardwood, the Platinum, the gold at the time. It was just a weird time, and when the sprockets started coming in, this map right here used to pull in. Back in the day, before we even talked about 20 gold per hour farms, I could bring in 17 gold per hour, and that was a lot of money. I could buy things other people couldn't buy because of that, but I just didn't spend enough time here. I just didn't. And then as Hardwood, and of course, you know, things like Mint from the nodes, and that stuff sort of fell apart, then this isn't as profitable as map, although it's still pretty profitable. Sparkfly was my second favorite during around when Tequatl came in, because then when people rush to that meta, you can get a new map, and I could check the rich node locations. I could walk out of Sparkfly with about 360 platinum, pretty easy, in a very short amount of time. About 40 minutes, I think, is what it usually took to search everything and get that. And you sort of just hold certain maps on pause. And when you have friends involved, it was easy to jump maps. So we just had a system where the 5 of us would jump through the IPs, make sure we got everything. We could also tell each other where stuff was. So it was a good way to get a lot of resources in a very short amount of time. Platinum back in the day was over 2 silver. Hardwood was all the way up to like 11 silver. Mint, where was Mint? Mint was like 12 silver too, 9 to 12. Something like that. I'm trying to think what else. So when it came to certain maps, you know, I learned a lot about them. Sparkfly is one of those maps where I'll check for multiple rich nodes. There's one over here in the Salt Flood Mire. There's one out in the ocean over here. The permanent one is over by this vista over here, but there's also other ones along the way. We will check that in full. Where was the other one? There's one down here in Alim's Penance, right here, I think. And then they're just platinum nodes just scattered all throughout the route. There's another one right here under Karen's Passage too. There's like 5 places right here. Like in this area, I think. Right here, there's 5 of them, something like that. And then there's another permanent node that sits inside this cave right here, but there's a champion spider. I do not go after that one. You can stealth your way in there. So again, this is not optimized. If I had all the stealth in the world, I could go in there, hit the node, and get out. But I'm not going to spend the time to do that. It's pretty easy to get that node too if you have the Glyph of Industry, and we'll talk about the Glyph of Industry when I'm all done here. Yeah, before the map, let's go ahead and talk about bonuses before I show off the waypoints, because I want to do that all at once. So, do not be afraid to put on food that gives you magic find and gold find, because if you kill anything, you might get lucky and get some good drops. The other thing is, don't be afraid to go get your guild gathering boost. 24 hours, it's a permanent thing. It used to be 24 hours, it's a permanent thing. Sorry about that. So once you get it on, it's good. And what it does is it increases the chance to find those rare materials, the secondary stuff, by 20%. Also, if you can get a gathering banner on, you can get extra stuff, but you don't get extra strikes on rich nodes. It's just 10 strikes and you're done. That's the other thing about rich nodes versus, all the other nodes in the game. The extra strikes aren't rare because there are none. You get 10 strikes no matter what. So it's a sure thing. Again, that's why it makes this so much easier to do versus, when you're out looking for logs, try to put a Glyph of Bounty on or find a way to get extra strikes because you'll get more wood that way. What else is there? So banners, that kind of thing. There is other boosters and things like that, gathering boosters. By then, you're getting way too serious because, again, you can do this on multiple characters. It's better to do it on multiple characters than waste those more valuable boosters and stuff like that. And that kind of thing. However, there is another thing you can do. If you needed iron or platinum or something like that, what you can do is actually park your characters at those nodes. This is the first node, Gallowfield's Waypoint. It's a very famous place to collect things. The thing is, there's a rich node right by this heart. I believe it's right here, directly on the map. There's a log down here, so I can't zoom in any further, but you go from this waypoint, you jump down, don't die. In fact, if you do fall and you hit the log, you won't die no matter what, so you don't need to be on an expansion, you don't need to mount anything like that, although you want to stay out of combat and stay swift. But what you can do is park all your characters down here and rotate through them after reset every day. That permanent node should be there. The other thing is with this place is a lot of people don't know there's another rich node that can appear just to the south. You take one of your characters, maybe your main that you're going to jump out here at some point, and check to see if that rich node is there. As long as they're on that same IP, they can go get that node and that node. And then you can run them back or whatever you want to do. But that's twice the iron you're going to get. Plus, there's a bunch of iron nodes in this area. Look for places like this when you do the farm. Sometimes, is it worth it to hit more? Usually not, believe it or not. But when it comes to rich nodes, if you can get more than one, take advantage of that. Same thing, if you're looking for platinum, one of the best places to do it is out here in Timberland. There is a rich platinum node out here to the side. There's a cave in the water here. You cannot go to this waypoint because ArenaNet still hasn't fixed it, even though Mordremont's been dead. Spoiler alert, Mordremont's dead. But from Valence Tutory waypoint, go to the north. If you've gone past Thistlereed Grove, you've gone too far. There's a bunch of, what are those? Jotun there. So you can kill those Jotun. They drop good totems and stuff worth like 9-10 silver, so you can kill them, and there's a chest. But the thing is, inside of here can be a rich platinum node. But along the way, there's platinum and things there. I can't remember if there's a second rich node right here or in the water. I think it's right here on the land. So there could be a rich node here, one in the cave, and other platinum nodes along the way. Again, just find what works for you and try to optimize it the best you can. Again, but this one's pretty safe because no enemies pop up there. Same thing with Gallowfields. There's just no enemies. However, going out and killing the Jotun with your characters as you do things could profit you a good amount amount of stuff there. And if you're ever wondering, like, oh, am I in the right place? Are my characters in the right place? Sometimes your characters do get pulled based on the guild and stuff that you're in. Yeah, right there. /IP is right there in chat. Thank you so much for that. Hello, everyone. So /IP. Yeah. So if you ever need to know which IP you're in, and the numbers that matter are the last bit of them. So if anybody asks what IP are you on, it's the last bit of numbers, because the first bit of numbers is usually the same. Sometimes not. Depends on where you are. If you're doing the newer age metas, you may get a different IP address looking thing. It's not common, but it does happen. But hello, everyone. All right. Let's do this. Let's talk about what my route is going to be. If I forget anything and I remember, I apologize. I haven't run it. I've done a test run before I did this today, but something may come back to me, and I'm just going to go west to east, and again, not optimized. It's up to you what you want to pick. We're not just going to go yet. I'm just going to go over the waypoints. The first one is Gallowfield's waypoint in Brisbane, and the rich node is just to the southwest, and you're going to be jumping off that cliff and going. The next rich node is in Kessex Hills. We're going to be taking Saraboth waypoint. I think that's how it's pronounced. And we're going to be checking. You can actually see on the mini-map whether it's silver or iron. If it's silver, you can skip it. If you don't want the silver, it's good. There is another rich node that is protected by a champ if you drop in the hole just to the south here. But the one you need is in the cave. The river runs into that cave. So the waterfall goes down, meets this place, but there's a cave inside. You can ignore all the stuff on the mount, but most of it's pretty easy to kill with the level 80 character. Not one you want to park a character. You're always going to have to fight the trolls to get it. Worth it if it's iron, though. So that's our second waypoint. Our third waypoint will bring us up to Harathi hinterlands. So we're going to skip a little bit of the map here. And we're going to go to the Demetra waypoint. I don't think I've said all these out loud. And what we're going to do is run ourselves inside of the tomb, and there is a rich node parked by the statue. I can't point it out here on the map. I'm not exactly 100%. But you're going to run all the way up into the tomb. You're going to take a few turns. There's a statue there you can actually kneel at to start an event, but that's not what's important. What's important is to grab that rich node there. There's some other rich nodes you can check for, but not worth it usually. So the next place we're going to go is all the way down to Gindaran Fields, but we're going to go into the snowy side of the Shiver Peaks here, into the Ice Gate Waypoint. Then we're going to run across this bridge through this cave over to where this vista is. So we're just running through. You may have to fight some spiders. There's a rich iron node just to the south of this vista, but there can also be another rich iron node to the north of it. Also, there can be a rich silver node here, so right under this gorge word to the west of the waypoint and further west out near this place and by the jumping puzzle. There's a lot of rich nodes in this area, but a lot of them are silver. But a couple iron nodes would not be a bad thing. From there, we're going to go directly to the east. So we were over here. We're going into Lornar's Pass for the Ice Devils waypoint. What we're going to do is, this one's a little more complicated. Can't point it out on the map too well, but we're pretty much going to run through this cave and jump down to a rich node. There is another rich node that can be by, but it's not worth checking. It's only there about 5% of the time, so it's not going to be worth it. From there, we're going to jump. I usually do Dredge Hunt? Yes. We're going to go to Dredge Hunt. We're doing Wormblood Waypoint. This is a famous waypoint because a lot of people have run this route, and this one used to have well, it still does. It has rich gold, and it has a couple rich iron nodes along the way. And what you do is you go to this waypoint, you run into the cave, there's spiders all over the place, and then you're going to end up jumping down. Again, it's hard to explain, and outside of it can be another rich iron node, but it's mostly gold most of the time if it's there. It's there like 30% of the time, and like 80% of that is gold. So, but if you can get lucky and get the other iron node, so be it. But it's a very rare thing that happens. From there, this is the problem with the route. I need to rethink this. Do I need to rethink this? How do I usually do this? See, I knew I was going to mess it up. I've either missed something or I've jumped away. No. I've messed it up. So, from Brisbane to Kessex to Harathi to Gandharan to Lornars, go up to Snowdon. Don't worry. If I just messed you up, don't worry. Just go to Snowdon, Snowhawk Landing waypoint to the south in the Bear Cave. There is a rich iron node to the south of there. Grab that, then go to the Worm Blood waypoint because we're going to start our platinum journey rather quickly from there because we're going to go south. Now, a lot of people do take this Valence Tutory waypoint. I'm going to double check for another rich platinum node by going to the Gentle River waypoint. So this is the fast way, is the Valence waypoint, and then you run north to the cave inside of there. I will be taking the Gentle River waypoint because there's a platinum node to the north that shows up a lot of the time, and then I run south and grab whatever else is there. Sometimes I do get all three rich nodes, and it's a wonderful experience, and things are great. Not all the time, though. From there, we're going to jump over to Sparkfly Fin. We're going to go to Ocean's Gullet waypoint. Now, I will run the cave, even though I can get on a mountain, just grab the permanent node, just to show if there's any other permanent nodes in there. I can also check to the north really quick to see if that node's there. Then I will take a detour myself to Salt Flood waypoint to go southwest, but you don't need to. It's just information, but Ocean's Gullet waypoint into the cave. You see the roads running in, and then run all the way to where the vista is. Jump down, you'll see the node. If you jump down to do the Tiger's Den without a mount, you won't be able to get to the node very easily, although you could by gliding very well, but there it is. I will also probably run to the south near Forver's waypoint here to check this cave for another permanent node before I jump over to Salt Flood. You'll see it in motion. From there, we go to Mount Maelstrom. You'll be taking Criterion Waypoint. If you're like, wow, that sounds familiar, that's because Criterion Waypoint, there's all sorts of stuff that goes on around this waypoint. A lot of stuff, a lot of good farms too. So if you've ever heard of this waypoint, that's why. Cubular Fells is up here. If you've gone that far, you've gone the wrong way. What you're looking for is directly west up on the top of this cliff face. You can actually run right up the mountain. It almost looks like you're hacking. But you can run up that mountain, and there's a rich node. Do not leave that area because just to the south of it, we're going to check for another rich node that spawns there about 25% of the time. So, it's there, it's sometimes not there. There can also be other platinum nodes and things like that that get very distracting. There's a lot of wood nodes and stuff there. So, again, famous little waypoint there. Then we're going to go to Old Sledge Site Waypoint. This is for the Golem Mark II, but we're not going to do the Golem Mark II. Instead, we're going to run all the way to the north, check for a rich node up here. If that's not there, we're going to go to the permanent one out in the water over here to the northwest of that waypoint. If you don't want to risk it, again, about saving time, that's how you make your gold per hour. So it's out there in the water. From there, trying to think. So we already did those. We're going to waypoint to Fields of Ruin. Fields of Ruin is we're back away from the platinum over to the rich nodes. This is usually where I end, but I need to change up my route just to make sure I cover everything today. Hilliot Mine Waypoint, if you do guild missions, this one's famous because you have to go up here into the cave or the jumping puzzle. But above it is a rich iron node permanently. If you go to the south, there can be another one. If you go all the way south of Bento Canyon here, there can be another rich node there. These two share the same spawn, meaning the rich node is either here or there or not at all. So if you check here, it's not there, you check there, and it's not there, it's got to be somewhere else, and good luck finding it then. I do not know where the other 5 locations on this map are for the permanent rich nodes. That's what I was told. There's 5 more, but I'm not sure. I think there's one to the south here somewhere or something like that. Oh, God. I better give it a second. Did I break my game? Hold on. Yeah, my game's broken. I have no idea what just happened here. I thought the window changed, but it's like not capturing everything. How about now? That was insane. I've never had that happen before. Let me adjust it a little bit further and see if things change. Borked it. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Midian. Away from this. Okay, so again, Elliot Mine Waypoint. I'm sorry if you're using this as a guide. Then we're going to go north into Blaze Ridge Steps. You may know this waypoint. Whatever, waypoint. There's a jumping puzzle. You do not need to do the jumping puzzle. Although, if you want to, you can. But I may run through this cave and kill these spiders for their venom sacs and then jump down into the water. But again, you don't have to go that way. That's just what I do. The reason why I do it is because up on the cliff face with these griffins can be a rich iron node. And then it's profitable materials. If you start at Twin Sisters Waypoint, you just run north, go through the waterfall right here, and there's a rich node after you fight some oozes. Kill the oozes, trust me, it'll save you time. So we're going to go in there, we're going to do that. Is there other rich nodes on this map I could check for? Yeah, absolutely, but it's usually gold up here and something else over here. So don't worry about anything else but Behem Waypoint. Then we're going to go into Iron Marches. Iron Marches is where I'm going to get confused for a second because every time I look at this map, I go, what? There's one here? And there is, because we're coming in from the south and not coming over from the east. Sorry. You're going to go up to here to Grossdog's Crawl Waypoint, and you're going to go up to this point of interest where you're going to fight a Skelk, and there's going to be a Platinum node there. Then you're going to waypoint over to Gladefall Waypoint, or run over if you really want to waste time. And then up by, I'm going to say by the falls, but south of the falls, Felmist, right here at this vista, there is a ram. Kill the ram and get the platinum. Sometimes there's other platinum and stuff scattered around. Do not leave immediately because it is worth checking to the west if you have a mount, to go over here to the west to see if there's another rich node inside of here or towards the south. It's there a lot of the time. Sometimes like a lot, like 60% of the time, depending on your IP. From there, you're going to waypoint directly to the west. So these three waypoints are famous for being just right in a row for platinum. You're going to go to Breaktooth's Waypoint into Rebel's Seclusion. Just jump over the wall if you have a mount. If not, you have to run all the way to the north, okay? There's some wolves, and then there'll be like a little canyon cave type place, and then you run in, and then you're going to be headed south, I believe. But there is a chance for not one, but three rich node locations there. One just underneath the permanent one, and then one over by the end of the jumping puzzle. I don't know exactly where it is on the map, but you would see it if you got to the rich permanent node and then just went a little bit to the east. From there, we're gonna waypoint again to the west to Rust Bowl Waypoint, and what we're running to is this cave right here, the Bivouac. I don't know how to say that. Boviac? Who knows? But there's a rich node in there once you run to the back of the cave. It's permanent platinum. Then, to finish everything off, we will duck down here into Diessa Plateau. Old Gate Waypoint. From there, you will run northwest up into the Celix Castrum. Celix Castrum? Not sure. But there's a rich iron node there, and that's where we'll end our run today. If I missed something, I apologize. I'm sorry I got borked there. I don't know what happened. I'm still not from binary. I got borked, but that is my route. Now what we got to do is do it in motion. I'm done explaining things. We're just going to put it into practice and see what happens. I'm going to need to do this on at least 2 characters, I believe. So we're going to see what kind of luck we get. Now, you can follow me in this video of doing this stuff or or just, you know, try to follow what I just said there. Other than that, you'll figure it out. It does only take about 5-6 runs before you start to memorize the locations and things like that. I already feel like I missed other waypoints and other rich nodes, but this should be good enough. And don't be afraid to add other little farms along the way. I have a buddy who he runs these kind of routes, but he hits rich nodes. He hits the pockets of like Elderwood, certain patch farms. He does things like, he goes out the Bloodstone Fin and things like that, and Bitterfrost. He just takes a character and loads them up with stuff. It takes him about 2 hours, but he makes a good amount of gold sometimes. He's walked away with like 90 gold worth of stuff. Just by the off chance, finding certain things, certain drops, stuff like that. Am I saying that's going to happen every time? No, I think his farm runs him about 28 gold per hour the last time I looked at it, so There it is. But let's do this in motion. Gallowfields, I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. Let me take a drink. My throat hurts. Drinking Guild Wars 2 is delicious. Alright, so Gallowfield's waypoint. We're just going to run all the way over here. I totally forgot to put on my food. Just because. Magic Find does not affect Rich Node acquiring anything like that, but it does affect your drops somehow. What that is, nobody has ever figured it out. I have tried to figure it out. Other people try to figure it out. We cannot figure it out. It does something. We don't know what it is, but you get different drops based on your Magic Find. Now, is that important? No. Screw the Magic Find. Get your nodes done. I'm just checking for that Rich Node. It's usually right here. Not there. We're leaving. Kessex. Zero Booth waypoint over to the southeast. This waypoint is famous because of the jumping puzzle to the south. Let's check. We got a rich iron vein underneath us. I just want to show this hole. So see these cave bats? They're the ones protecting the hole. You jump down in that hole, you'll see the rich node on the mini-map. Use your see, even my mini-map is all messed up. Gosh, open that up. Gonna zoom in and back out once. Okay. So here's the vista to the north of the waypoint. You're just gonna follow that down. There's a cave. Again, I'm using a mount. If you have gliding, that's great. If you don't, I used to run this without it. It's not too bad. You can avoid all of this stuff until you get to the cave trolls. Cave trolls will try to wreck you. Try to interrupt them or something before they knock you down, or at least have stability. So we're gonna grab this. Binary, you got that rich node at the first location? Good. There's a rich silver vein to the west here, but I believe it's underground. I just want to point that out because I do see that when I check the map. The other thing is I'm going to try to avoid combat here, so I'm going to run up. Herathi Hinterlands, Demetra Waypoint. Let's go. Now, again, this is costing coin to Waypoint. So there is cost to this route as well. There's no cheap way to go about it. But what's really nice about this compared to the way I used to do it, by the way, go sort of around here. There's a weird lucid wall that can catch you. I don't know if it's sitting in the air or something like that, but I've tried to go straight up before and it's not worked out. I'm gonna go ahead and kill some of these ghosts. They can give me some pretty good dust, but not usually, so. There we go. Just want to show this on the map where that rich node is. There it is. So just northeast of that point of interest. I've never looked at that, so that's new to me. I'm learning today too. Usually when he teaches stuff, you learn, you know, and then stuff done. And if you're wondering, like, why am I going after rich nodes when I need just platinum? Good question. That's because I want money. I need money. Remember that precursor? Just pointing at the mini-map directly to the east of the waypoint here is the rich silver vein I was talking about. Ice Gate waypoint. Making sure I get the name right. There's going to be iron ore here. I'm going to check the north side here. That's some silver and iron ore. Some more iron ore, but again, I'm after just the rich vein because I'm going to end up fighting an entire army of spiders. So it's important to have a good build to do things. Because if you don't, this stuff can take an hour or two. We got an extra silver drop, so that's going to help cover waypoint costs. Here we are. Just doing this. Don't be afraid to grab extra nodes either. For me, the Watchwork sprockets are the main attraction, but you never know. You never know. Ice Devil's Waypoint. Now, this one in Lornar's Pass here, this was the one I was talking about, which is a little weird because you're waypointing into a cave, which is actually pretty rare in the game, believe it or not. Waypointing in with the ceiling on something doesn't happen a lot in this game. Usually you're out in the open somewhere or directly in a very enclosed space you can't get on top of anyways. But in here, there's like, you can be on top of that mountain. So it looks like the event is here. These iron ore nodes do not appear unless a certain event has happened. So I didn't talk about that, but we have it. Once you finish that event, they pop up. I don't know if I missed one behind me, but there we go. So we're gonna go into this little crack in here, and then we're gonna go up the stairs. I already hit some scrit above me. Everything's gonna want to fight you, so just do what you can to mitigate the aggro. And then our next fight will be down here with these guys. They are protecting the rich node. Now there is another way to get here. This one just seems to be the fastest. Saves you about 9 seconds. That turret gonna be able to hit me? Doesn't look like it. So again, I'm running a pretty moderate DPS build, so killing this stuff, not bad. Boop. So we're done with that one. I could talk about other rich node locations, but nah. Again, let's take that little bit of a detour. Snowhawk Landing waypoint. I have not found a good way to optimize this area into what I did. That's why I got confused earlier, because I've changed it from what I used to do. I used to just go to Snowhawk and then go east and take the waypoint down to Mount Maelstrom, but I don't know. Again, not fully optimized. I'm sure somebody out there has a route that they're like, no, if you do it exactly like this, it could be the greatest thing that's ever existed in the world of anything. And then follow that. I mean, there's no reason not to steal what people have learned, because that is knowledge, and knowledge cannot really be stolen. Unless it's business. I mean, unless you're making money off it, I guess. What happened? I have no idea what happened there. What is going on today? It's targeting things? I was clicking? Did I go into the action camera mode? Alright. That's done. There's gonna be another rich node over to the west where there's like these wolves. I'm forgetting where it is. I'd have to go look at it. You know what? Let's go do that really quick before I go to the other one. Just because it's there a good amount of time. It's not always there. So it doesn't look like it's there. But it's over here where all these wolves are. There's a trek in there if you do guild missions. We're going to go to the south now, down to Wormblood Waypoint. I love this waypoint just because of the sheer amount of nodes that can be here. Just a lot of them. I'm going to take a little bit of a detour here to go north to talk about something. Now, there is a rich node that can appear up here where this heart area is. That's rich gold. I believe either the iron appears here or it shares that rich gold to the northwest by this statue. Is it worth checking? Not really. But the reason why I wanted to show you is because killing those Ice Brood and even the Griffins, their drops are pretty profitable. So if it is there, it might be worth it to go ahead and dive in, you know? Did I just get lost? Yes. Okay, waypoint. So we're back on the waypoint. Skip everything else. We're gonna go inside of here. Inside of here, there can be spiders. Well, there will be spiders, usually. It looks like they're being cleared out. There could be a rich node somewhere around here. Look for that one first. And then we're gonna take a right. You're gonna see these sentries across this bridge. Ignore them, take a left, fall down. Ignore these spiders, they're gonna follow you anyways, and what you wanna kill is this veteran one right here. Do some AoE. And just take care of the other ones. These venom sacks, I believe, are worth some silver. We'll check all that out at the end. Also, hatchlings really easy to kill, and they give you a lot of good loot. In fact, those hatchlings are so good at giving loot that a buddy of mine's gotten a precursor from one. So, is that always going to happen? No. But, yeah, it happens. Again, there's a rich node that can be outside and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm already stressed enough. All right, so we're going to go down Timberland Falls. I'm going to take Gentle River Waypoint. The actual waypoint is Valence Tutory Waypoint. You can go north from there, but Gentle River, I'm going to check for the platinum. So here begins the platinum. I'm trying to remember, is there... Because I'm skipping Blood Tide Coast, but I cannot remember if there's a permanent rich node there. But the rich platinum is here to the north. This one is here a lot of the time. I think it's worth checking. If not, grab some of the season wood, grab some of the iron, you know, as you run into the south to cover waypoint costs and, you know, make less of a burden there. There could also be a rich gold vein here, but not if the rich platinum one is there. So I don't know what's up with that. That's how it works. If one's not there, usually the other one is. Sometimes they're both not there. It's just 3 gold or 2 gold and 1 platinum. But this is the wood I'm talking about right here from the fir saplings. It gives you season wood. And this wolf has made a mistake and is now going to die for it. And we got a quality red meat, so worth. But we're going to keep traveling to the south here, go towards these Jotun. Now, again, there are nodes everywhere. Why? I don't know. It's the way ArenaNet does things. But it's the other rich one here. But the regular platinum node is, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Grab some gold and stuff to the south. If you need that, grab it. Underwater mining tends to be faster. So, don't be afraid to do that either. But here is the rich node. Once you come in, these Skelk, although not aggroed, they can be, and you can kill them for some from their blood or whatever they drop. Those are some pretty good drops there. So, not bad. Done with that. Moving on. Sometimes I check over here for the rich platinum node that could be right here from the Ogdak waypoint, but we're not going to do that. There's also a rich node that can appear somewhere down south here. It's up to you. Also one in this cave here, if you really want to know. But, I mean, you're going to have to fight a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of time. I don't got time like that, so we're moving on. I don't get paid enough to waste my time with that. All right, so again, there's going to be a lot of platinum nodes when we go to Criterion Waypoint here in Mount Maelstrom, so we're on the northwest side. I'm going to skip that hardwood, it's not worth it, but I need the platinum, so I'm going to grab these 2 nodes. Sometimes there's even more nodes like this. But I wanted to show you, if you don't have a mount, this is the rich node up here, so it is directly to the west. You do not have to, don't have to go and do a weird jumping thing. There's this right here on this mountain. So if you jump down and then come to this and just run up it. I kid you not, the first time I saw this, I was like, it's hacking. Hold on, gotta jump over? Yeah, you gotta jump over. But no, you can just run straight up this mountain. Why? I don't know. It's just the way it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab the 3 and then the 10. Who's this? Is it you, Binary? I see you. Fireless Flame, hello. How are you? So there is this. Now again, to the south, there can be a rich platinum node sitting right here inside where that rat is. Sometimes there's platinum nodes over this way and things like that. So that's the end of that one. We're gonna go over to the Golem old sledge site waypoint, the Golem Mark II waypoint, some people call it. So over here there's Mithril and platinum, so that's an interesting thing. But we're getting into the higher tier area, so therefore the Mithril gets thrown into the mix once you hit that level 60, 65. So there's people here. How soon until the Golem Mark II? Hopefully there's rich nodes up here, because this one's up here a lot, and it looks like it isn't, but there is another platinum ore, and I'm going to grab that just because. So we don't have that one, so we're going to have to go underneath the waves here into the water. But it usually sits around this area somewhere. I don't always remember exactly. If it's there, that's why I could be like, look, there it is. But we're going to go into the water, and this is the rich platinum vein that's permanently there. You're going to have to go underneath this seaweed, and sometimes a couple skelk are either attacking someone and they're going to hit you, or they're going to catch you through their aggro, and you're going to have to fight them. I've realized what happened earlier. I accidentally hit enter off my numpad, and I was typing was like, why isn't this working? That's done. There is other rich platinum nodes that can end up on this map. One of them is directly in the middle of this volcano, and it's there a lot. There's some other ones through the routes to the central area of the volcano. So, again, be opportunistic. If you see it, do it. If not, it's up to you. You gotta miss out on it or not. Fields of Ruin, Heliot Mine waypoint. The Heliot Mine? Heliot? I hate that you can't do the waypoint because I'm there. But there it is. Yeah, it's mine. Why did the music stop? Wow! Little earth elemental doing some damage. This node is always here. To the west, there can be a rich silver node. The giant branded devourer over there right now. But I used to hit all the silver nodes back in the day because I was like, silver has to go up in value at some point, and it never did. Never did. Gonna go to the south here. Hold on, was that rich node there? No, that was candy corn. That's right. Candy corn pops up easily on the map. So about here is where you would see the rich iron. It sits next to one of these. And I'm just going to keep going south to see if I can show you the rich node down here, so I don't look like a liar. And that one's not there either. So, oh well. But what is down here is another rich iron. Not a rich iron, but a regular iron. And then we have a herber node, and we're going to try to get the peppercorn out of that, and we did not. Because, you know, that would be too easy. The other one here? No. Alright, we wasted enough time. Again, we're wasting time if we're not getting what we need. Alright, be him. Waypoint. Let's go. Warm up my hands a little bit here. Arthritis acting up lately. Doing a lot of stuff with my hands. Shoveling snow. Fixing cars. Bathing Lucky. And Lucky lately? Anyhow. The, rich iron node is here-ish. And it's just the regular one is there. And I wanted to go up and show the spider stuff going on here. So these canyon spiders are the worst. Absolutely the worst. But then ANet's like, I'm going to give you a mount that can't be stopped by immobilize. And I was like, oh, well, that was nice of you. And the beautiful thing is, when you come off a mount too, it does not hinder you immediately. So it gives you time to react and things like that. Other than that, you're gonna have to wait until it wears off, and I'm gonna do a little bit of this. But here's the problem with the spiders, is that they immobilize. I hated them back in the day, they were the worst thing ever, but pretty profitable now with their venom sacs, which drop quite often because their loot table is not that big. Jumping puzzles above me, but I want to kill these hatchlings, which can also immobilize you, so bring a little bit of Condi clear. That's it. We got some venom sacs, and that's what's important. Ugh. So, the jumping puzzle, you can work your way down slowly, or you can even just jump and land right here. We're not going to do that, so there's the chest. You will die if you hit that, by the way. But the daily jumping puzzle, you can just die and complete it. I'm gonna kill this ooze, that ooze, and I think that's it. And then we're gonna get the rich iron node. I'm gonna work my way backwards just so you can see where it is from the waterfall. I believe there can be either another rich gold node, and an iron node in here, but it doesn't look like it's there. You'd have to fight the shark right there. But when you come in here from the waterfall, you'll actually have to swim underneath the water a little bit. So you'll see all this salmon and stuff. And then I'll turn around once I get out here. Not enough space. Never enough space. So that's the waterfall. You want to go in there. Do not go into the... whatever this cave is. I don't know. That will not help you. When there's a rich iron node, it's better to run down into the waterfall for time. If you're curious. Because then you don't have to fight all the spiders. I just did that to show that you can make a bit of money there. This corner up here used to be called the other corner. And the reason that is because the logging, the metal, the whatever that was here, the herb nodes, all that kind of stuff here in this corner used to be really profitable. It's just not anymore. So then you go inside and kill all the separatists for their bags and things like that. It was a crazy time. It was a crazy time. We're going all the way to the north side of Iron Marches now. Grosttogs crawl? I don't know. No. The ogres are weird. There will be platinum everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It'll be in the cave. It'll be right here. I usually get this one out of tradition because it's usually there. But nothing here is too strong or anything like that if you're level 80. In fact, you'll have the advantage, I think. Is this the place where you have the advantage? My effective level. Yeah, 60. So your stats will be better and you won't be as limited and things like that. But all the way to the north side by the point of interest, there can be a veteran scalp. Doesn't look like it's here. Somebody else cleared it. We're going to grab that herb node right there. So here it is. Love it. Easy. Easy farming route. I love when other people are running it too. But the scale and the whatever else here, their drops are pretty good, so it's nice. We got some mint seeds. To the west! Bladefall Run. Bladefall Waypoint. There are some Minotaur here, if you would like to kill them. Now, if you don't have a mount, you're going to have to run down this way, past the energy probe, up the hill, all the way up to the top here, across the top here. So you'll end up getting all the way up here. I almost didn't make with the sky scale. And you'll notice the ram. And then you have to run across this stuff right here on the cliff. And all the way down before you can get to the rich node. Question is it worth it if you don't have a mount? Usually is once you kill this veteran ram. But, you know, it's up to you. Sometimes there's other rich nodes not rich nodes, other platinum nodes. Gosh, gotta get that rich out of my head. But other platinum nodes along the way, you can grab stuff like that. The other thing you can do when you're running that, which we're gonna do afterwards, because if you have a mount, the waypoint's literally in front of me. You just skip these minotaurs and just fly over and kill the ram. Almost fell. But when you're over here on this side, running up, check inside of here. You don't want to get too close. And there's usually a rich platinum node right there. If not, it can be further south. Why it shares two spots, I have no idea. There's also a sugar pumpkin stuff to the west here, so over there. I used to go to that farm quite often too. But it's not here. This gate sometimes is open because stuff, events, that kind of thing, but wanted to show you. To the west, so here's Gladefall Waypoint. We're going over to Breaktooth's Waypoint by Rebel Seclusion. I believe the jumping puzzle is called Rebel Seclusion. I could be wrong though. And from here, you can actually see the rich platinum node to the east. I'm sorry, I drank, now I have the hiccups. We're going to go over there. I don't see the other rich platinum node, but we're going to go ahead and grab this one before I explain where the other two are. So this one is permanently here. We're going to have to get this one no matter what. These ghosts are going to fight the separatists. You can take advantage of that or not, up to you. They drop pretty good stuff back when dust was really expensive. Now, the rich node, it is right over here. And down below it, as you would run in if you didn't have a mount, I sort of just skipped, there's another permanent node down here that can spawn. And then if I go a little bit east, this is the jumping puzzle, technically, and there's the chest. If I go a little bit east, there's another ghost camp right here. And down here is the other platinum node that can spawn. It's not there, so I'm not worried about it. Hope you guys aren't worried about it. Rust Bowl waypoint. We're on the same map. Click it very well. So yeah, refined materials are usually better than the raw materials. So anytime, I don't think there is a time when crafting the stuff up doesn't make you more money, because time goes into it, and so therefore people charge more naturally. It's just the natural course of things. It makes sense, right? Like if someone brought you wood and you made a table, you would charge more for the table than what the wood cost. So in life, it makes a lot more sense. In a video game, some people are like, psh, I'm not paying that much. I'm going to buy the ore. And then it goes reverse, too. Sometimes getting the ore is cheaper than buying the ingots outright. Other times not. Some people want their money right away. They somehow have too many ingots. The problem is ANET's also giving ingots as a whole. So sometimes the price gets deflated from the refinement. So you just have to look. But other times you can make like 17 copper extra per ingot, which is really nice, especially for like platinum and dark steel. So dark steel costs a little more to make. All right, to finish things off, Diessa Plateau, Old Gate Waypoint. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I usually sell raw materials because I can get so much of it. You know? I'm one of those people like, do I want to make the glass or sell the sand? And then people are like, well, how do you get the sand? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I go crush rocks. And then they're like, ha ha ha, and they think I'm kidding, but that's how I play this game. So there it is. Anyhow, we're gonna come up here, we're gonna kill some Flame Legion. Now when I was doing my mapping, I believe I covered this area before. Or something like that. You have to come up here and get this point of interest anyways. So here's the rich node. There is the point of interest, there is the route. Go through. You cannot mount skip here. You can't. It's not going to happen. There's so many lucid walls, it's unbelievable. Just run in on your mount or whatever. Okay? And that ends the run. That's it. I don't think there's any other maps I need to go do or anything like that. Yeah. Simple. Pretty simple. Did we do Sparkfly? What did I get distracted by? Oh, I forgot to do Sparkfly from Timberland. I apologize, but it just hit me. Like, I felt like I was missing something. We'll go to Sparkfly. Pretend from Dredge Hunt or Timberland you went to Spark, or even Mount Maelstrom. Doesn't matter. Gonna come into Salt Flood Waypoint here. This is not the main waypoint. I am doing so bad today. I even practiced this, but I'm just so out of it. I just can't get my head in the game. This is what I'm going to be working on in February. So the rich node is somewhere in here. It just sits on the ground. It's the weirdest rich node you would ever see. It's just sitting in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's the second weirdest. There's another one in Snowden that just sits in the middle of the snow, and you're just like, that's weird. Also, minimap is a little bit off. Why they never updated this, I don't know, but this is all sorts of messed up. The main waypoint I'm going to talk about is Ocean's Gullet waypoint here. Gosh. Practice, practice, practice. I'm so disappointed in me. Hey, but if you could help me out, can you give this video a like and sub? Thanks. I'm just going to go out here to see if this rich node is here, because it's sort of hard to explain. It is here. Okay. So, it is directly east of this heart. Right here. on the minimap. I don't know how well you can see it, but directly east of that heart, we're going to go down into the water. There are no enemies except the megalith shark event that can happen. So you're just going to come down in here. So this node right here is rich node location number 1. In fact, I used to port in here to hit any nodes along the way before doing this one. That's why I got the number 1 slot. And a lot of people used to do that. But then some people were like, we should count the permanent nodes as number 1. And those people are like those guys. They're like, okay, listen. I know technically it's the first one you'd run into, but it's not always there, right? And then they're talking down to you like there's some kind of genius, but they're not. You're just wasting everybody's time. We just need to make sure people check those locations first. It's not so much that it's going to always be there. It's just it could be there. You know what I mean? Never mind. It's a complicated thing. It's hard talking to people and trying to come up with a plan and have everybody agree to it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to go to the wiki and you just type it in and be like, this is the way it is. There's other platinum nodes, things like that. This hero point is famous for always being activated. If you've never done it, those things are going to attack you. I'm just giving you fair warning. But we're just working our way through the cave. The next rich location is up here, right down in the waterfall, and it is there this time. So, I'm just running the cave. You can skip up here to check this location. So this is I think this is technically location number 2. If not, it's 3. The one in the cave up here would be 4. But I'm pretty sure that's 2. This is number 3. It'll be right here where this bat and rat is. That's location number 3 for the rich nodes. And then the permanent node is right here. This one, I believe, is location 5. So there's something I missed back there. I don't know if there's a rich node sooner or something like that. But the permanent, this is permanent node location 1. The Vista is up there. I remind you, if you're going to get the Tiger Den, you're going to need a mount to get back, or you're going to have to run through the cave system again, the way it is. You can run over here from the waypoint and just grab it. No problem with that. And then we're going to get to location over here where there could be another rich node sitting right here in the middle of this village. But you're going to have to fight all these Hylic and things like that, and it's just a big mess, and it's worth it. Then we're going to get to the next location. Yeah, that's right. The next one is down in this cave. I don't see it, but you'll have to kill some vampire bats. They'll be inside that cave right there. Then, oh yes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just waypoint down here. But Ruined Vala, I can't remember if this one is permanent or just shares enough locations to feel that way. Technically, they're all that way, but not really. And if you get on another IP, you can check all these again, because these other places are a little bit more of a temporary hold for those nodes. It's not here this time, so it's definitely not permanent. But it'll be here in the middle. You'll have to kill most of this risen crap, though. It is annoying. And then the final rich location is a permanent one. I should have showed you what I was up here earlier, but from Flame Frog Waypoint, I believe if I go like this, it'll show up on the mini-map. Nope, I'm gonna have to go in. I have to go in? I have to go in. I don't remember exactly where it is anyways. I also don't want to fight a giant champion spider. There it is! Right there. I think it's right in the center. There's a spider in there, but that one is a permanent rich platinum node, and there it is. Champion Risen Spider. Time left 2 minutes. It does not go away, I don't think, after 2 minutes or whatever that timer is. I don't think so. I think it just respawns if somebody walks in there. It has to be killed for it to be gone for a while. But this is the cave opening. There's trolls. I believe there's some grubs or something at some point. I'm not going in there. It's not my favorite. Okay? And I believe that's it for all the rich node locations. But again, Sparkfly, I studied this. I used to run it. And I don't know. Bottle going on? I don't know if anybody else had studied Sparkfly as much as... Well, that's not true. There was definitely people, because we argued about the locations over here. But I don't know if anybody else has another map where they've learned everything as much as I learned about Sparkfly's rich platinum node locations. I'm trying to think. Here in Bloodtide Coast, there is a node, I think, to the south here that I just want to check on really quick. And I'm willing to spend the money for knowledge here on YouTube, so... But I believe it's right here to the southeast. Yeah, where these griffins are. There's going to be a rich node right here. So that shares like Fields of Ruin. Then when it comes to the permanent one, I think it's somewhere inside of this cave. If it's there, I am not 100% on this map. Yeah, I just don't think I know where any of the rich node locations are. That's why I usually skip it. The only time I come here is usually to hit some mature nodes or whatever. Herb nodes. About it. Alright, let's go home and talk about what's in my bag. We'll talk prices before I explain how to move stuff to a second character and things like that. And all that is literally just taking off your tools from one character and moving them to another. Which, if you have shared inventory slots, pretty easy. If not, you'll have to hit up a bank somehow. Or, if you're just using regular tools, which you can do for this, then regular tools it is. I'm gonna open any bags, bring down any equipment, separate that kind of stuff out. We have our iron right there, 159, so a little bit more than I thought. Sprockets, which is 91 of them. And where'd our platinum end up? 149 on platinum, so a little short on platinum than I wanted, a little more on iron, that kind of thing. More equipment there. I want to pull this down, and did I get the other one? Yes, this down. Then the nuggets. The shards. So I'll move that equipment down. Equipment. Is that everything from mining? Don't just ignore that mithril. Usually I don't stop to even look at mithril. There it is. All of this right here is from mining alone. Not killing anything, not stopping for anything else. Look at through here. It's all shards, nuggets, lumps. All of this right here is from mining alone. No, don't worry about any of this up here, that extra harvesting, killing things, stuff like that yet. I also have a collection open for the incinerator spark, precursor spark, which gives me bauxite ore and nickel ore. That's just extra money I can sell. The stuff I can just sell. So, helps cover waypoint costs and things like that. 91 Watchwork sprockets is not bad. And we're going to quick sell those out right now for a gold 84. Hold on. Trading post isn't empty. Again, I need to keep the platinum. And we only ended up with 149. If I run this again, I'll probably get about the same. So about 300 platinum ore. Gonna keep that. Let's sell the sprockets. 91 sprockets. And the iron ore, again, that was just profit. We did that purely for profit. I'm going to toss it up. I'm not going to sell it that low, but another about 2 gold. So let's toss it up there. And then all of this stuff down here does have its uses and can be sold and things like that. The reason I brought this equipment out is because I'm going to break it down. So we got some more materials and stuff, an extra iron from that. Let's not worry about that. We got 2 cuts of quality red meat. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and go into the trading post a little bit. So, looks like the shards still hold some type of value, which I'm not surprised. Lumps, not so much. The sunstone nugget, if you get that, is worth money because it's used to make sunstones. Or or something like that. It's used for something. And it holds its price pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and sell that for 8 silver. Why would you close the trading post, you nerd? Wake up, man. You're live. You're live here, man. So nuggets also hold their value because... So the sunstone is part of that. I would sell that, but nuggets hold their value because of silver doubloons. Those have come down in price, so you can either sell the nuggets or throw them in the forge. We also got that mint seed, which was really nice. We could sell that a little higher. And that only exists because we have 500 cooking. Almost forgot where that came from. Mint leaves themselves, can't believe this, they're only worth 10 copper. Who would ever thought? What else did we have in here that's worth some value? There's the sharp fang. Here are the venom sacks. Those are 2 silver, 78 copper a piece. Not too bad. We got a couple quality cuts of red meat, which is about 5 to 6 silver a piece. I'm going to quick sell those to whoever wanted them. What else did we get in here? That's just about it. That's just about it. We ended up with that orichalcum. Orichalcum ore sitting at 3 silver, 92 copper is the GameStop stock of freaking Guild Wars 2. This was worth almost nothing 6 months ago. It was less than a silver, I believe, 6 months ago, or if not, a little bit longer than that. But a year ago, if I just invested every bit of my coin into orichalcum ore, I could have had thousands of gold. I could be buying legendaries right now. Ridiculous. 3 silver, 92 copper a piece. We're going on like 4 silver here. Price inflation. Boy, it is. But again, if I sold all this stuff and added it all up, I'm sure we'd get some nice number there. If I sold the platinum, we'd get even more. Things like that. There's some trash loot here. Sell that for money. How much platinum do I have is the question. 292, not bad. We need 250 platinum ingots and 250 dark steel ingots. So right there through mostly sprockets and iron, we got 3 gold. Again, I took a little bit extra time there. It can be a lot faster. I know people who can run 4 or 5 characters in an hour on the same thing and make a lot of money. So I know characters. Did I say that? I know people. No players. The extra ore, the bauxite and that kind of stuff, bauxite and nickel ore come from the Spark Legendary Collection. I don't know. Somewhere down here. Where is it? Incinerator 1. Where you get it. Zinc ore comes from the copper. Iron deposits is nickel, and so is the bauxite. I don't know if there is any other things that drop. I don't think so. But they drop and you can sell them. They're better than those indigo mushrooms that drop all the time too. So, there it is. How many legendaries do I have? 9. 9, why do you ask? And I just remembered I need to sell this. Get out of here. Holy crap, I had more than a stack? Sitting on gold, man. I have 9 legendary weapons. The legendaries don't make the man. Anyhow, we wanted to go in here and take a look at the stacks of tier 6 materials. I am very far behind on elaborate totems, powerful venom sacks, and ancient bones compared to the other ones. Tier 6 dust I don't ever count because I end up using it. I have no idea why those 3 are so far behind. When bones, usually I have too many, most of the time. And I'm lacking usually on armored scales. Potent, powerful venom sacks? I don't know what's going on with that. Blood is blood. I'm already back to 439 mystic coins from our legendary journey. I'm just taking a break here. Clear my head a little bit. 4 Mystic Coins, 75 globs of Ectoplasm extra we're sitting on, because I already have the stack sitting in my bank here, so. But I have not made my legendary yet. It should be happening at some point. I'll have to get the 100 Destroyer Lodestones at some point. We got 4 of them from doing DRMs. And I have no idea if that price is coming back down or not. Nope, still sitting at 67, so we'll be okay. You got 3 legendary weapons. That's pretty good. Can't seem to generate money anymore, though. Just gotta play the game and sell stuff you don't need. 99% of the time when someone tells me that they're just not making money, it's because they're holding on to things, and hoarding is a good way to make your numbers feel flat. So the key is to try to find a farm or be doing something that generates liquid gold or something you just don't need so you can sell it. You know, if you're getting exotics and you're breaking them down and getting the inscriptions or whatever and you don't need them, you can sell those. But once you start doing that, the gold will start going up. It's just the fact that if you are holding on to like platinum like I did, the number seems deflated. And so therefore it flattens out and doesn't look like you're doing anything. But really you are. Because if I turn around and sold 149 platinum ore that I just got there, it makes that number go up, right? So therefore it's nice. It's nice when that number is going up. But when numbers aren't going up because you're doing things, it just feels like you're not doing anything. And that's just not true. Not true. Also, simply by logging in the game, you should be getting rewards anyways. I'm going to sell this flax really quickly. I don't need that either. The reason why I'm trying to find some liquid gold is because the Lunar New Year has to be either coming tomorrow or next week. The time frame has been pretty late in the past, but I can't see it not coming tomorrow. That's my speculation. But at the same time, it may not come tomorrow. I don't know when we're getting the Tengu or what's the next alliance? What's the next alliance? We're getting centaurs too, which was weird, right? Just weird? Yeah, it's weird. I'm up to 56 ghost peppers. I'm gonna need a stack of those, but I'm not worried about that either. Just looking at my legendary stuff. Alright, there's one more thing we have to go over after I grab all this neato gold. We're up to 365 gold. Good. So, I finished with the character. What you immediately want to do is just either deposit that material or sell it. So do what I just did, but not as slow as I just did it. Yeah, the next thing you do is unequip your stuff. Don't remove your glyphs, just unequip what you need to use for whatever character. Now, if the other characters have permanent tools and they already have the glyphs you need, you don't have to do this. But if you want to get like the Watchwork sprockets like I do, I'm going to take this stuff off to make sure I get that as I'm harvesting. So I'm going to take it all off. It's going to end up in my inventory. What I end up doing then is sort of just something like this. I put them up in my shared inventory slot. If not, you're going to go to your bank and deposit them in there in a safe location where you're going to find them quickly. So just I put them like right here. Then what I would do, get on a character with map completion. If not, run the route once on them. Go get the waypoints, things like that, and then you don't have to do it again. You can just waypoint around, right? So I'm just going to jump on my old primary character here. We're running out of time because I've taken so dang long talking about everything. But anyhow, so what you need on your other character, as I get lost, is tools. This character does not have any tools. But I can equip them from here if I want and empty that out. The problem is if I want to unequip them, I cannot do the same thing I just did by simply unequipping them. I have no idea where his tools are. He had permanent tools on. So, if I look at his inventory and I don't have tools here, we can solve that by going to a merchant, which I've not done in a long time, and just buying some. You don't even have to buy Orichalcum tools, okay? I'm going to do it because this is a level 80 character, and I'm expecting him to be able to harvest anything. Okay, so I'm going to equip some tools here. And then in this screen, So if I do this through the shared inventory or even as base inventory, if I go equip, you're going to notice that these slots are taken by the other tools. Then I can just switch them back like that. I believe it still works in the inventory the same way. So you're just swapping them out. Either way, you're going to need tools of some sort to do it that quickly, or you're going to have to take them off manually, put them back in the shared inventory slot or the bank. It's up to you how you want to do that. Okay? Then we're just going to go on this route. But this time, I'm not going to waste my time looking for other things. We're just going to try to go through it quickly. If I mess it up, I mess it up. But let's give ourselves about 10 minutes here, max. So, Gallows Waypoint. We've already done all of our scouting on our first character. We've wasted enough time there. So what I'm going to do here is just hit this node, hit bauxite and nickel, but no Watchworks sprockets. Okay, good. From here, we're going to go to Kessex. We already know this is going to be a rich node as long as I double check. We're going to Kessex, double check, rich. Let's go. Gonna move as quickly as we can. Mounts definitely make this a lot easier. Also, shout out to whoever cleared this path. So, the other things I want to talk about as I do this is that the Glyph of Industry, this is where it shines. Rich node runs can go very quickly if you can do these nodes as fast as possible. So if you don't have to fight a lot of stuff, you can just get in there, hit the 10 times and get out. Especially rich iron nodes, since they give you 1 or 2. Okay. Then it hit whatever I usually hit. 1 or 2 ore per. Gonna have to fight things. I have not used a warrior in forever. I have no idea what his build is either. I think it's something from like freaking 2008. Guild Wars 1. I am in combat with something magical. I have no idea what I'm in combat with. Thank you, ArenaNet, for slowing me down from nonsense of being in combat. If something is in combat with you, it should come kill you. And if not, it should not put you in combat. I'm in combat with absolutely nothing. You have ruined this rich node run. You've absolutely ruined it. There is zero excuse of why I was just in combat for as long as I was. Nothing is attacking me, therefore let me out of combat. Let me go. I am still in combat. What is going on? God, it is the most annoying thing that they need to fix. And I hate ranting about it, but for the love of God, fix it. Nobody needs to be in combat forever. It doesn't make sense to go into combat with structures, ambient creatures, things like that. They need to change it. It ruins my speed runs on everything. I tap something, one of my skills throws out something that doesn't do damage. My spectral grasp accidentally touched an ambient creature from freaking all the way back in 2009 because it reached that far back for a reason why to be in combat with it. It just doesn't make sense, ArenaNet, for me to sit here and get angry about it every freaking time because you can't simply program the freaking game not to have ambient creatures and stupid trash putting you in freaking combat. Do you realize how hard it is not even to drop the F-bomb right now? Because that's how stupid it is. It makes me so damn salty of how stupid it is that I'm in combat 99% of the time with something I can't see, and I'm sitting there going, what is it? Well, how far do I need to run? Is it a 5K marathon today? We'll never know. And then you get out there and you're just doing your thing, right? You're just out there being ArenaNet, not fixing a situation that's existed since 2012, being in combat with absolutely nothing. Obviously, it doesn't want to be in combat with me, so I can't be in combat with it because I don't want to be in combat with it, and so therefore it's peacetime. Don't sit there and leave me unable to waypoint away because of your bad structure and horrible programming. Fix it! I don't care how spaghetti code it is and how much of the game might break. It's just absolutely atrocious to sit there behind some stupid excuse. God, you remember back in the day when you play a game and you'd be in combat and then when the combat ended, it was over? Do you guys remember that? I remember that. It was great. Nothing here. God! Trying to show people how to do a freaking rich node run. I think it was a ghost that tucked itself back in the corner and got stuck from its pathing. Haven't missed a beat, though. Working as designed, says Star Master. Gotta slow you down somehow, some way. Can't even get on your mount, you know, to stealth up to see if you can break it that way. Almost as bad as when people drag all this stuff to you while you're doing the run too. You're just like, look, I'm just trying to get some rich nodes, and they're like, here's every creature, and now we both can't waypoint because I'm a lazy person who doesn't want to actually just, you know, get the loot, and instead you're gonna bring it to you. But do I ever get the precursor? No. No, it doesn't happen. That's not how this stuff works. Fireless Flame, you don't know what to do at the moment? Should be a cast time to mount? Yeah, there should be something. Just tired of being in combat with absolutely nothing. You know, it's just frustrating. And I wouldn't be as frustrated as I am right now, but it's happened so much so often lately. I feel like something's broken, you know? Just like targeting. Just, am I just noticing it at a certain level now? I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Where are they? I didn't get the good loot out of any of that? Come on, man. What? World versus world or farm something? Look what you're watching. I'm farming right now. There should be, but that's the problem, right? There shouldn't be an excuse, coding-wise, when you're developing something that takes a lot of code, right? Your excuse cannot be that the code is too hard. Because my thing is, that's your job. Your job is to figure out the code, right? You're a programmer. So therefore, if somebody else comes through and they're just an idiot and they make spaghetti code, your job is to make that a piece of paper. You take that spaghetti and you find a way to flatten it and make sure that anybody can write on it. But to sit there and go, it's just too much work, that's called an excuse. If I showed up to work and they told me I had to do this, this, and this, and I said, well, that's too much work, I would just seem like a butt face. But for some reason, companies use that as an excuse. And that's all it is an excuse. It's not a reason. You can't sit there and be like, well, you don't understand how hard it is. Yeah, I think I do. I do understand that it's hard to put out a fire. I do understand it takes time to program. I do understand that I have to go do what I have to do. I have to make the sandwich. But it's not an excuse. It's what I have to do. It's part of life. It is your job to do it. But just because you can talk to your customers directly doesn't mean you can just be like, well, here's the excuse of not doing it. But that's the problem with ArenaNet when you get as critical as you get with them, is the fact that sometimes I just feel like they're using it as an excuse not to go back and fix it because it's going to cost money. And some other company out there is trying to tell them that it's going to cost this much money and do this much stuff to them. But I just don't believe that. I just don't see how anybody can go through years and years and years of college, then use the excuse of that's too hard to fix. Because that's the thing they should have taught you, is that somebody's dumber than you and they know how to program. And the thing is, they don't actually know how to program. All right? I just want better games, not excuses. We are on a different IP, ladies and gentlemen. It's the rich platinum node. Here it is. This is Sparkfly. Are people getting ready for Tequatl this early? I'm sorry, I thought that was the rich node. So here is that other rich node. So the waterfall, we walked into the cave. It's right here. This rat is famous for watching so many people hit this node. The reason why you can't do that stuff is because your character sits too high. When you're on your mount, your camera, your whatever, again, not really an excuse, but that's just it. If you were to be able to harvest like you would normally, your character would have to sit lower. It's the same thing when you have that bug when you map in and it pulls you to the ground and your character's stuck on the ground. That's because the mount hasn't loaded in and pushed the camera back up, and technically your character sits up there and the hitbox changes. That same reason why you talk to something but you're not talking to it yet. You can interact but you're not doing anything with it yet. It's because your character just sits a little too high. I'm gonna check for the rich nodes just to the south because I'm used to doing that, but we should move on. Yeah, it's not here. Different IP, different results. And I knew it was a different IP just because when I flew up there, the rich node, I landed, didn't see it. Different IP. Done. Moving on. Hey, look, a banner. I also didn't put any boosters on this character, just to show you're gonna get as much as you're gonna get. We're not also gonna waste our time with the other things. We're gonna have a more standard point at this point. I will go for, let's say, I want to finish it out. Since I have all the information in my head, I'm just going. So I'm cutting out all that exploring, trying to check for things, getting stuck on ceilings of stuff. What just happened? What we're gonna do here is this. Damn. And underwater, mining is a little bit faster. So we already did Timberland. We need to go over to Fields of Ruin. Now, you can open the map and still get your mining and stuff done. There's little things like that that'll save you a lot of time that I'm not very good at multitasking at. I'm not always thinking that far ahead. I'm more thinking about, you know, which map I have to go to next and stuff like that. And opening the map, I may forget to finish doing that because I'll get distracted. My mind will just wander. See how distracted I got today? I'm trying to close that out. Blaze Ridge Steps. Excuse me. Whew. We're gonna do this one a little bit differently than I did. So before I went through and did the spiders and all that kind of stuff and killed them, we're just not going to kill the spiders. And ArenaNet was nice enough to give me stealth, so we're going to take advantage of that. Your mount can't fit right here. Again, the immobilize does not take effect immediately, so take advantage of that. I was also gliding when I shouldn't have been gliding, but that is what it is. Got a Fang, which is good. Worth some money. I have not played on a warrior in... I don't remember the last time I actually took this guy in combat. So... Gonna go all the way up to the northeast. To the Ogre area. Again, I'm not grabbing extra nodes, anything like that. We're just going from one waypoint to the next. There was a few things that slowed us down. First of all, the phantom combat. I don't know what I was in combat with. That is going to help us. And then a little bit lost. Still a little bit rusty on my... This guy is not fun. I feel so slow. Reapers have that quickness, so it always feels like you're hitting really hard. We don't get quickness. I could have taken advantage of quickness. We didn't talk about that. Quickness still works to a point with this kind of stuff. Even though they say it doesn't, it does. It helps you a lot in combat and that kind of thing. Can't remember if it still speeds you up when it comes to hitting nodes. So before I showed you guys the long way, this is the short way. We're just going to run all the way up and kill this veteran ram. Again, if you stealth, you don't have to fight this, but... Be careful when fighting certain things. They do knockback. I don't remember this ram does knockback. But if you get knocked off, you'll be in combat. You'll have to run away and that kind of thing. Yeah. Take advantage of that quickness. Yeah. Rebel Seclusion. I don't think we'll get a new IP here. Sometimes I get a new IP as I'm jumping around, different characters attached to different things, or maps fill up because a guild or something's doing something. And then you just gotta be watchful on your mini map. Look for those nodes, look for those things that are changing and stuff like that. I really like how they changed getting 4 strikes the first 2. This only takes 3 technically. Gonna have to fight some stuff over here in this cave. The last couple maps here. I'm gonna stop a little bit early, but you know what? I want to get the full effect. Right now we're running 16 minutes deep. Glyph of Industry would cut this down even further. So if you're just looking for the raw material, but we're not getting Watchwork sprockets with the Glyph of Industry because they're both glyphs. So. Also, changing to Raptor or even the Jackal and stuff can be a bit faster. This one's right here. I'm just gonna grab it. But look for that kind of stuff. This rich platinum node, the veteran that was here when we killed it as a Reaper, when I was on my Necro. When we killed that, it spawns when you come down here. So sometimes it doesn't look like it's here until you get here, and then it just like whooshes in and it's like, I'm here, and you're like, oh crap. Fight you. But it's not that tough. Not that tough. Was this rich iron vein here last time, or are we on a new map? Nice. So here in the middle, we didn't talk about this. In Diessa, right to the west, I may have missed this on my Necro. There's a rich iron vein that sits here in these ruins sometimes, so you can do double duty. And the ghosts here are very pushover. They're not that strong. You should be stronger than a bunch of Ascalonian ghosts. Back in the day, I would fight every single thing I could. So some of this is weird. When you kill certain char here, they'll aggro the others in some weird chain. It's a line of sight thing, and sometimes the other, I don't know, being in combat with one thing will block the line of sight for another thing, and it really shows here. And if we're talking spaghetti code, that is the spaghettiest of code I've ever seen. All right, we're done. So that took us nearly 20 minutes. I don't know how long I was stuck in combat, but I'll go time that out. But again, I'm a little rusty on the route, things like that. And then we can look at numbers. So this, again, is all the loot we gathered. We had to kill some things. 65 sprockets instead of 91. 163 iron ore instead of 159. And then platinum, where was that? 112 instead of 149. So, yes, I have those memorized. Bring down the nickel ore and the bauxite. We ended up with 5 more nickel ore, but 2 bauxite ore less. But we still ended up with something. So we're keeping that, and we'll sell this. So at the rate I'm going right now, I could get 3 characters through. Definitely about 12 gold an hour. I don't know why the price is so high and that uneasy selling this any other way. But about 12 gold an hour, depending on what the rest of the stuff is and all that kind of stuff. So again, I have the sunstone nugget here. Sell that for another 8 silver. Just look for things like that. We also got a fang. Are these the ones that are like 5 silver? They're 4 silver. So some of these materials, well worth it when they get in a drop, but there it is. There is the run. Very scuffed, but it should give you an idea what's going on here. Profitable wise, we rely on the watchwork sprockets to bring in that extra cash. But not a bad day. A lot of talking. So this is one of those things you can do by putting on some music, YouTube, Netflix, and just do. And it's not too distracting usually to do that stuff while you're doing it. All that kind of thing. So, gonna grab those. Super Adventure Box in April. Can't wait. Lunar New Year. Some point. Right? Some point. Tomorrow. If not, it has to be next week. All right? That's my speculation. Even though I'm an ArenaNet partner, I don't know. We need 380 platinum ore. We have 404. I believe we are good now. Finish this out. I was going to try to get the gift of metal done today, but we're going to go ahead and call it. Yeah. A little bit of salt today, but man, that frustrates me. Nothing more frustrating in this game than being in invisible combat. Just absolutely invisible combat. What am I in combat with has been something I've been asking far too long. I hope ArenaNet fixes it. From what I can tell, the green screen, I think, is better with the lighting I have here. It's going to be a little bit darker so my forehead doesn't get so bright. So close, man. So close. I don't know. Something happens. See? Like, my camera, I don't know. Maybe it's the camera and the lighting just gets to a certain point, but then, like, it starts to do it. I'll try to figure it out. It's not an easy, it's spaghetti code. There's my excuse. But I hope everybody's having a good Monday. All that stuff. Yeah. If you could sub, I'd appreciate that. We need 1,000 subs. That's my main goal here, 1,000 subs. But if you could also like this, I'd appreciate that too. Live stream videos here on YouTube tend to get pushed out of the algorithm sooner rather than later. So the more likes it gets, and even conversation and stuff over here that we've been doing, technically it's over there. Over there. I talk to chat this way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyhow, all that kind of stuff plays into where other people see it. And so, if you want to share this with anyone, use me as background noise, whatever, I'd appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who comes here. We had a lot of people come into chat today. A lot of people talking. I appreciate you. Mods, appreciate you. All that. All the info. Rich, Iron and Platinum run, I think, is a nice casual thing anyone could do, so make sure you go do it at least once to see what it's like. You can take all that gold, save it up over time. Each character makes a certain amount of gold, so the more characters you can get to do it, the faster you do it. If you can get to 4 characters an hour, that's really good. 3 is about where I'm at usually. Today we only did 2 characters, so try to get to 3, 4 characters, and then you're going to start to see that gold just sort of seep in. And then if you need the platinum, especially for the gift of metal, you would just keep it. It would only take about, trying to think here, it's about 150 platinum per character, right? So that's about 300. It would take 7 to 8 characters to get all the platinum you need for both dark steel and platinum ingots. So, just to give you an idea, but you don't have to run it. You don't have to run it all at once, right? You can do it and then come back and do it again. Resets in 4 minutes, so more than likely a lot of those permanent nodes aren't going to be there anyways. Those permanent nodes are weird. There has to be a certain amount of time in between, like actual time, and then once you do it after daily reset. So say daily reset came, you did your go and do your rich nodes. They would be back tomorrow on daily reset. But if you do them too close to daily reset, they're not there. It takes even longer for whatever reason. So, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I appreciate every one of you people. I really do. January, I felt, was really successful with the 8 shows that we did. And, yeah. We're in exciting times. Ender Dragons are coming. I'm trying to finish this incinerator. You know? I'll get there. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Lunar New Year. When is it going to happen? We'll talk envelopes. If the Lunar New Year comes out tomorrow, then Thursday we'll talk about envelopes and the changes and anything new then. And then next Monday, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be doing. But we'll probably go over envelopes. Talk about Dragon Ball, maybe? That would be a very hard not to drop an F-bomb show, but we may try it. We may try it. We'll see. I'm back on Twitch tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. We are playing Phoenix Rising on Twitch. On the Switch. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And that's it. I'm done. So as always, I'd leave you with this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. For all we got. Great night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is, make it great. If you're going to bed, sleep well, get that rest, you'll need it. Trust me. If I don't see you for the rest of the week, enjoy the rest of your week. If I don't see you for the rest of February, my goodness, we're already in February. Enjoy your February. If I don't see you for the rest of 2020, 2021, where are we? 2021. You better be playing video games. It's the year of gaming, so get it done, all right? All right. Bye.